Welcome to Yoga with Dags. I hope you're having a beautiful day so far. Today, I thought we would work with our lower backs and our shoulders. I have recently been doing a lot of work in the yard, and this time of year, a lot of us do that. And sometimes, we can take it in our shoulders and take it in our lower backs. So I thought we'd do a nice practice to open those two areas up. We're going to begin today. Well, let's just take a seat first. So I have a brick. I'm going to come into the Arasana Heroes pose. My knees are together. My feet are apart. The brick goes between my feet. If this is not comfortable for you, you can just cross your legs and just land here in your practice for a moment. Let's take our hands up to our heart centers. Let's bow our head. Gently connecting to the earth beneath you. Allow yourself to feel whatever part of yourself is touching the earth. Your shins, your feet, your thighs, whatever is touching. Just root down and ground down through your legs. And take a moment to just, with your head bowed, contact your heart center. And just take a moment to notice what you're feeling. Allowing yourself to gaze upon yourself with the eyes of affectionate awareness. And then just allowing the head to rise up. You can keep your eyes closed if you want. So you're really connecting the earth beneath you to the heaven above you through a long, straight spine. And we'll just open our practice today with an Om. Om is the sound vibration that runs through all of creation. And it brings us together with each other and with all of creation, with the earth and all of the inhabitants of the earth. So first let's exhale completely through the mouth, getting rid of any stale air. Take a big breath in. And another deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, cleansing breath through the mouth. Good. And let's just inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And let's just take the shoulders up by the ears and squeeze them up. Take a deep breath in. Then exhale, releasing them down. We'll do that a couple of times. And down. And one more time. And down. Good. And now we're going to take a child's pose. Starting to stretch our lower back. Come with the knees apart. And just start to creep your hands forward. Creep your hands forward. And then once you come down as best you can rest your head on the earth. Good. And once you're here, roll your palms open. If you can roll the arms open right from the top of the arms. And just plug your arm bones in and let your buttocks reach back toward your heels. And just land here for a moment, connecting down to Mother Earth.
surrendering, letting yourself come into your breath and into your presence and into this very, very moment. Let the breath be the connector to your spirit, taking in energy, life force, spirit as you inhale, and letting go of what you no longer need as you exhale. Good. And then when you're ready, let's inhale,
Come up a little bit, inhale and sweep up your left arm. Big breath in, really stretching the arm open. Exhale, weave those fingertips under the opposite arm and just stretch that shoulder out.
Buttocks are still reaching back toward the heels. Belly is carving up towards your spine. And shoulders are soft.
Inhale to unweave, exhale that arm back forward. Second side, coming up a little bit, inhale and sweep up your right arm. Exhale, weave it under. Come down to rest.
Keep the breath in a beautiful constant flow in through your nose and out through your nose.
Inhaling to unweave, exhaling forward and let go. Good, and then just coming on forward, right onto your belly for a little Bhujangasana, cobra pose. All right, so first reverse Shavasana. Just lay flat and turn your head. Let your arms be back by your sides. Relaxing here. Legs are nice and long. Maybe toes in a little, heels out a little bit. And then turning your neck to the other side, just to stretch the neck. Big breaths into the lower back, bringing a softening and a healing to that area. Good, and inhaling your chin to face forward, bend your arms, place your fingertips right by your chest. Take your elbows in, reach your legs nice and long, take a deep breath in. On the exhale, start to rise up. So you're not putting a lot of pressure on your palms, you're just rising up. Rise up a little bit more, grounding through the feet and thighs. Deep breath in, exhale down. Turn the head to the side, just relax. You can keep your hands where they are for a moment. Good, inhaling your chin to face forward again, stretching back through the legs, deep breath in. Exhale, rise back up. This time, once you come up as far as you can without your hands, press down into the knuckles. Keep the elbows into the body and just rise up, trying to stay in the knuckles, not the wrist, elbows in, chest rises up. Trying to straighten the arms and gently hooding the back of your neck, kind of like a cobra. Let your belly get a good stretch here. Deep breath in, rising higher. Exhale, come forward and down. And release the arms to the sides. Turn the head to the side. And take a little relax there. Good, and then bending the elbows, just press up. Coming to all fours for a little cat-cow. I'm just gonna turn to the side for this one. Knees are hip width apart, slightly behind the hips, palms right beneath your shoulders. Arms turned out ever so slightly. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna lift the chin. We're gonna lift the chest, we're gonna lift the tail.
And then we're gonna exhale and we're gonna carve the tail under, really arching the spine like a cat. And continuing with breath, inhaling. And exhaling. 3 more at your own pace, inhaling into your cow and exhaling into your cat. One more big one. Good, and then returning to a neutral spine. We're going to curl the toes under, take a deep breath in, and exhale, take a nice downward facing dog. With our dog, we are thinking about lifting the hips up as high as we can. We're trying to be in the knuckles of our hands, not the wrists. Gently pressing the mat forward to press your chest towards your thighs. Hips are up and there's a reaching down from your buttocks to your heels. Just stretching it out. Let your neck go soft and free. Good. And then when you're ready, ground through the left leg, lift your right leg up into a 3-legged dog, squaring the hips. Inhale and look up between the hands, and exhale, take that leg forward for a pigeon. So the front foot is at an angle, and you're sliding the back leg back, trying to get the whole quadricep on the floor. And just breathing. So as we do this, we're taking that front hip back and the back hip forward. And then you might come to your forearms, continuing to draw this hip back. And maybe come to rest. And take a breath here. Good, and then we're gonna inhale and we're gonna rise up to a proud pigeon. I'm just gonna move so you can see this from another angle. So here we are, rising up in our proud pigeon. And then we're gonna come up and just point this knee straight forward. Take this back knee around. If you can put one knee in front of the other knee, and then maybe take your brick and put it between your feet and sit back. So this might not be very comfortable for you. And if it's not, you could just, step across like so. Or you can, if it's very comfortable, you can not sit on a brick and just sit on the floor. Finding what works for your body today. We're gonna take our strap and we're gonna put it over our left shoulder. Taking the arms out to the side, roll your palms open as much as you can. And then we're inhaling them up, straight up. On the exhale, we're gonna bend that left arm. I'm gonna use my right hand to lift my elbow up and back by my ear. Keeping my chest lifted up, my crown lifted up. I'm gonna take my right arm out to the side, turning my thumb down and back. I'm gonna creep it across my body. And I'm gonna start to creep it up the belt, searching for the other hand, or just walking it as much up the belt as possible. And chest stays lifted. I'm grounding through my sitting bones. I'm breathing steadily and stretching out my shoulders and hips, taking my front ribs back toward my spine. Good, and then inhaling up through the left arm, up through the right arm. Exhale, release that. Whew. Good, uncross the leg. We'll remove the brick. And we're gonna do the second side of all this. So, getting ready for downward facing dog, curling the toes under, deep breath in, exhale, lifting up. Lifting those hips high, stretching it out. This is so good for the lower back. Sometimes I like to shake my doggy tail while I'm up in this position. Sometimes I'll bend one leg and then the other, like I'm walking the dog. But mostly I like to shake my tail, my lower back. And then bringing that to stillness, grounding through your right foot this time. Opposite one as last time, lifting that leg up, look up between the hands, swing that forward, and then stretch back. Coming into pigeon on this side, lifting the chest up, breathing, coming forward to a resting pigeon, taking the front hip back. Couple of nice deep breaths there. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, coming on up. Keeping that front knee straight forward, wrapping the back one around and forward. Spreading the feet, sitting back onto the brick or floor. And just grounding through both sitting bones. Belt going over the other shoulder this time. Let's bring the arms out, roll the palms open, inhale them up, big breath of life. Exhale, bending the arm. Opposite arm out to the side, thumb rolls forward, down and back, stretches across the body, and begins to climb up the belt. Trying not to let your chin drop forward, but keep the crown lifted. Keep the elbow reaching up to the ceiling, opposite elbow down. Anchoring through your sitting bones, both sides equally if you can. And then when you're ready, inhaling, top arm up, bottom arm up. Exhale, releasing both arms down. Good, and then just gently uncrossing those legs. Good. And then we're going to come into a squat. This is not possible for everybody, but if it is possible, we're going to just come on down into a squat. So when we're squatting, we're letting our tailbone reach down and trying to keep the heels on the ground. You can bring the hands toward the heart center if you like. Just take a breath or two here. This pose is not only good for the lower back, but also good if there's constipation in your life. So just breathing into the lower intestines, breathing into the lower back and belly. And then when you're ready, we're just going to see, can we rise right up? Let's rise right up. Good. And then I'm just going to fix this for a moment so that we can come back here. Good. And we're going to take Tadasana for a moment. Feet can be together or slightly apart. Lift the toes, spread them out. Anchor down through the inner edges of your feet and then parallelly through the outer edges of your feet. And get grounded. Find your grounding here. Your connection to the earth. Find the lift up through your spine. So as you press down through your feet, there's a lifting up of your kneecaps, a lifting up of the front points of your hips, of your breastbone, of your crown. Let your arms, let there be a little space beneath the armpits. This helps to open your heart. Let the energy run down through the hands. Let there be a broadness in your chest and shoulders, and breathe. And then let's roll the arm bones out even more, and we'll inhale the arms up and take a steeple grip.
Pressing down to the feet, rooting down, rise up, inhale. On the exhale, let's go up and over to the left, like a little half moon. Letting the heart roll up to the ceiling a little bit. Inhale up to the center, exhale opposite side. Breathing, stretching one more time each way, inhaling up, exhaling over. Inhaling up, exhaling opposite side. Inhaling up, exhale, release the arms out to the sides. Good. And then from here, we're gonna inhale the arms up, steeple grip, the opposite uncustomary clasp this time. And then I'm gonna just show you from the side. We're gonna inhale up, and then grounding down through the feet, we're gonna exhale, going back a little bit. Inhale up to the center, and then we're gonna exhale and we're gonna swan dive forward. And just let yourself go. You might want to step the feet apart a little for this and just hang there for a minute. Let your knees soften, let your head go. Couple more breaths here, just hanging in a ragdoll. Sometimes people will clasp the elbows. When you're ready, you're gonna press down through the feet. We're gonna inhale, we're gonna reverse swan dive all the way up. Steeple grip, exhale, inhale, lift up. Exhale back. Inhale up. And exhale the hands to the heart. And release. Good. Now we're gonna take the lung, large intestine, makaho. With this makaho, we're gonna clasp our thumbs behind our back and we're gonna point the fingers. So I'm gonna show you from the side. Feet are hip width apart. We're gonna inhale and roll the shoulders down the back, pointing those index fingers, lifting the chest, baby back bend. We're gonna exhale, come forward with a long straight spine. Allow the knees to bend a little bit. Let go of your head and shoot those index fingers up toward the ceiling if you can. This is gonna help your back and your shoulders. Just let go. Deep breaths into the lungs. Through the nose, in through the nose and out through the nose. When you're ready to come up, press into the feet. Inhale all the way up to the baby back bend once again. Up and back. Exhale back to the center and release the arms. Okay, second time, opposite thumb on top. Inhale, rolling shoulders down the back, chest lifts up. Exhale, long spine as you come forward. Knees soften. Inhale, deeply into the lungs, let go of the neck. Take those index fingers up if you can. Couple big breaths, let the belly be soft. Pressing into the feet, inhale up with a long straight spine and all the way up and back. Exhale to the center, release the arms. Excellent. Very good. All right, from here, we're gonna take Trikonasana, triangle pose. So I'm gonna have the brick to my left side. This is good for both the shoulders and the lower back. I'm gonna step my feet apart. Nice wide stance. Arms are charged, palms over the feet if you can. We're gonna roll the right toes in and the left toes out. Really rolling out from the top of the legs. Chest comes forward, deep breath in. On the exhale, I'm gonna reach out with this arm, taking my front hip toward my back hip, taking my back hip in. And once I lengthen my torso out over the front leg, I'm gonna come down to my brick or shin and just kind of get my feet again. So legs are straight. I'm grounding through the back edge of my back foot. I'm pressing my big toe mound of my front foot forward. Continuing to externally rotate my front leg. And then I'm going to start to roll my belly up a little bit and my heart up a little bit and stretch my arm up. And breathe. Back of the neck is long, hopefully in line with the spine. And when you're ready, press it into the feet. Inhale, come up, lifting with the top arm. I brought my brick with me. I'm going to turn in through my left toes, taking them in a little bit, rolling out through my right, placing my brick down, rolling externally with my front leg, charging my arms, deep breath in, exhale, reaching, front hip to the back hip shoring in, grounding through the outer edge of my back foot a lot. Coming down to the shin or brick. Taking a minute, reclaiming my feet. I'm finding a groundedness through my feet. Front leg straightens. Torso turns upward, arm reaches upward. Broadening through my collarbones, heart. Opening through my hips and lower back and chest. Just deep breaths through the nose. And then pressing into the feet, I'm going to inhale, come on up. Turn both feet to face forward and step or hop your feet together. Good. And I think we'll take this into a little balance that will actually be good for our shoulders as well. So Groundedness, eagle pose. Find your Tadasana through your feet. We're going to lift up through your left leg and just find your balance here. You can bring your arms out for balance. And then we're going to wrap that leg around the other one and let your standing leg bend. Let your tailbone drop down. Good. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to take the left arm beneath the right arm, cross as high as you can on the arms, and wrap. Good. And then continuing to sit down like you're sitting into a chair. Lift the elbows up. Soften the tops of your shoulders. Breathe. Squeezing the outer hips in, sitting a little deeper. Gazing ahead at something that's not moving at eye level. Smooth, steady breath and focus. Passing into the feet, inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, release the arms, release the legs, and shake out your standing leg. Tadasana, mountain pose. Finding your inner stillness and your root down through, this time, your left leg. Once you have that root, lifting up through the right leg, arms out to the side, crossing over, sitting down. Deep breath in, this time right beneath left, cross as high as you can and wrap. Good. Lifting the elbows, sitting down, tail goes down and slightly forward between the legs. Easy breath. Focus. Presence. And maybe even a little smile. Because yoga hopefully is fun. And when you're ready, straighten that leg, unwrap, release your wings, and let go. Roll the shoulders out a little bit. Maybe roll them forward a little bit. Good. And then take your brick forward in front of you. And we're going to widen our stance. Try to go a little wider than with triangle pose, if you can. Turn your toes in and your heels out just a bit. Inhale, lift the heart and chest. Exhale, come forward with a long, straight spine. Maybe come down onto your brick for a moment. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to start to walk our hands back between our legs. If you can, keep your fingertips pointing forward. Keep your spine long. And then maybe bending at the elbows, begin to bring your head down. You might have your brick high because you want to rest your head, or you might have your brick medium. You can always widen your legs a little bit. So your hands are in line with your shoulders, fingertips forward, palms between your feet. Maybe you can even lower that brick a little lower. And just breathing here, just breathing into this. There's integrity in your shoulder blades. The shoulder blades are energetically reaching down toward your buttocks. Your buttocks are reaching down toward your heels. And your breath is full and deep and relaxed through your nose. Legs are straight. Good. Inhale and stretch your spine forward. Walk your hands forward. And then heel toe in a little bit. Once you've come to a reasonable distance, hands to the tops of your thighs. Inhale up with a long, straight spine. And step your feet together. Awesome. Great. So next we're going to come down, I think, onto our mat for a moment. Oh, good. Oh, that feels good. And we're going to take our belt and we're going to put it down at our feet in case we want or need it. We're going to inhale our arms out and up, big breath in. Exhale, come forward, reach for your belt or your toes. And as you inhale, let your spine get longer again. As you exhale, let yourself come forward. You can pull on the belt, you can pull on your feet. Imagine that your belly button is creeping down the front of your thighs and your heart is moving forward beyond your feet. And you're just letting everything open up here. Let your neck be soft and free. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale, we're going to come back up, and we're going to take a little Ardha Navasana. So I'm going to show this one from the side. We're going to come back. We're going to lift the legs so our shins come parallel with the earth. Our belly is going to go back toward our spine. Our arms are going to come out to the sides. And we're just going to find our balance here like a boat. This is a boat pose. This is going to strengthen our core, strengthen our lower back. Big breaths here. Let's take 3 big breaths. Good. And then just bringing the legs forward and straight. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, come forward one more time. Just like we just did. Increasing your forward fold. Let your neck go. And then inhale up. We're going to do little spinal rock and roll for our lower back. So this is the one where we sort of sit up straight and then we come back and just rock. So we're just coming into a little ball and rocking. You can hold the back of your thighs if you want. Just a couple nice rocks here. And then maybe you can rock up into Ardha Navasana. And then go back. And again. Lift the chest. And back. And again. Lift the chest. And then forward. Big breath in. Exhale forward. Good. And then we're going to inhale, come up. And we're just going to slowly lower ourselves down. Yes. From here, we're going to stretch that lower back and shoulders through a supine twist. So let me just make sure this is pointed properly down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So here we are. We're going to take both knees to the chest and just squeeze them in. This is so good. This in and of itself is good for the lower back. Squeezing the knees into the chest, trying to keep the tail down, and maybe even rocking from side to side for a minute. Nice little massage. Good, and bringing that into stillness. Let's keep the right leg in, extend the left leg out. And then keeping that right leg in, take your right arm out to the side, big breath in. On the exhale, you're going to take that knee across the midline, keeping it above the hip if you can, or at the height of the hip, all the way over. And it's okay, this right shoulder might come off the earth, but you're just going to gently reach it back, letting yourself get a nice stretch through your lower back here and your side body, and maybe even turning the head to gently look out over the right. Big breaths into the belly. And when you're ready, you can inhale and come back to the center. We're gonna bend both knees and just reset our spine with a bridge. So heels into the buttocks, shoulders rolled under, deep breath in. Exhale, let's just lift the pelvis up. Maybe roll the shoulders under a little bit more. Knees going straight forward. Deep breath in, rising up a little bit more. And then exhale, lowering the spine slowly from top to bottom. Taking the knees into the chest. This time keeping your left one squeezed in, extending the right one out. Big breath in. On the exhale, left arm out to the side, guiding the right leg over into a nice supine twist. Coming in for a landing and then stretching back through that left shoulder and arm. Letting the belly roll back, letting the ribs roll back, and the shoulder roll back, and even the neck roll back. And breathing, big breaths, softening with your exhalation. And when you're ready, you can inhale slowly back to the center. Exhale, release that leg. And then we'll take a happy baby for our lower backs. So bending the knees in, use your peace fingers and get hold of your big toes and your thumbs. And then just let the knees splay out a little bit. Let your bottoms of your feet go up to the ceiling. And just gently rock and massage your lower back. Rocking from side to side. If this is not accessible, you can just hold the back of your legs and do this. You don't have to get the toes if it doesn't work for you. No problems. Or the outside edges of your feet can work with happy baby. Breathing and relaxing and stretching it out. Good, and bringing that into stillness, we're gonna relax into Shavasana, our final pose, where we get to practice releasing our minds and our bodies. So stretching out on your mat, take up the whole mat. Let your feet be mat width apart, your arms be mat width apart, with your palms facing upward. Make yourself long, make your arms long and your legs long and the back of your neck long. And once you've lengthened yourself, release this body. Begin to soften this body. Softening
The legs, the feet, let your feet go limp. Your calves, your knees, and your thighs all become heavy. Relaxing your buttocks and your hips. Relaxing your belly and your lower back, middle back, upper back. Releasing your shoulders, your arms, wrists, hands, fingers. Releasing the back of your neck, your throat, allowing your head to become very heavy. Softening your face, forehead, cheeks, jaw, corners of your mouth, corners of your eyes. Allowing your brain to soften back toward the earth. Releasing your entire body at once. Just allowing yourself to rest as simple awareness. And as you rest, I'll read a little bit to you about groundedness, which is a benefit that can come from working out in the yard or being in nature. Groundedness. Do you know the ground you stand on? How well do you know its strengths, its pitfalls, the places that give you courage, the places where you get stuck? Do you know where to find your ground when things get bad? Do you pay any attention when things are good? Nobody gets through life ungrounded. But unless we know this and are conscious of the ground we stand on, we may be shocked to discover what appeared as granite is, in fact, quicksand. Ground has to be cultivated. We create ground by nurturing our convictions, by learning from our experience, by developing trust in ourselves and our world. These cultivation activities require hard work, as any farmer would happily warn us. We can't let our attention lapse. We can't just blindly push through our everyday lives and assume we're staying grounded. We're not. We have to take time to learn and reflect, stepping out of the fray to observe it periodically. As much as we need to cultivate ground inside ourselves, we also need to be grounded in things beyond ourselves. This can be our faith, our love, our awareness. Whatever it is that calls us outside our narrow sense of self
and invites us to participate in a world far more wondrous than any person can imagine. Knowing our ground and knowing it well, consciously attending to it and taking good care. This is the only way to withstand turbulence. Even the most outrageous stream has a muddy bed that serves to keep it within bounds, enabling it to find its way to the sea. And that was from the book Perseverance by Margaret Wheatley. So just letting yourself take a nice deep breath into your belly, into the center of your being. And as you exhale, just allowing yourself to be grounded again into this moment. And then when you're ready, just roll softly onto your right side and take a nice deep breath in and gently press up to find a seat. Once you've found your seat, we'll take our hands to our hearts, grounding ourselves in the stability of our hearts, the beauty of our hearts, and our hearts as the temple of our spirit. And gently bow your head in gratitude for taking this time to practice and go inside and take care of your body, mind, and spirit. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I will look forward to next time. And I hope your back and your shoulders are feeling very good. Bye-bye for now.